Hi everyone, welcome to part 1 of how to update the CM17. I'm Anne Hein, Embroidery Software Specialist for Janome America. All right, so we close this and we'll go to the computer because the first thing you want to do is, let me get rid of that. There we go. The first thing you want to do is go to the global page to get the update. Now you can do this two different ways. One, you can do it through Facebook. I have the Janome Sewing Machines page, Facebook page open. This is on some other pages as well. And the link is right in here. So I'm going to double click on that link. It's going to open another tab at the top here. So my Facebook tab is still open, but it's taken me to what's called the Janome Global page. Now I want to point out that on this side here, there are lots of information. Your machine owner's information is here, software and apps, Janome bulletins, and then accessories. But we are in the machine owners, and this link takes you directly to the update, and all the information is here. The other way to go to the global page, if you don't have a link, is to do a search right here. And you can search Janome Global or Janome Global Software Updates. Either way will take you there. Click on that, and here it comes up. There's software updates there, but right here, machine owners, information, and updates. So it takes me to the first page of this. Here's all the different machines. And the first one is our M17, so we're going to open that. And right here is the update. And now it looks the same way as it did over here. So we have both ways to go over there. So I'm going to close the second one. Now, if you haven't done the first update, we had an update earlier, don't worry, you can just do this update. It takes care of the other update as well. So there's no issue, you can just do one of them. And you want to look through all of this because there's some information that you want to either download to your PC, or you want to just print them out. Now, I printed them out. There's three packages here, and then there's one within the folder once you get inside. So there's a set of instructions for methods of formatting USB drives, how to unpack a zip file, and then installation instructions are there as well. So let me just open these and show you what they do. They open in their own tab, and then you have an option over here to either, let me move my cursor there, to either download it or just print it. And I just printed them. I didn't download them. I don't need to save them. So I'm going to go back to the original tab, and I'll show you the next one, how to unpack a zip file. That one will come up. I could print that one as well. Here's the third one that's right here, methods for formatting. So I'm going to have that there as well. So now I have all three of my documents ready to go. There's one more, which we will come to in just a moment. We're going to go back to the update page and scroll to the bottom. And as you scroll down, you want to read all this information. And you want to make, you don't want to delete there's a file in there you don't want to delete. So I'm going to check this that I've read it all. And then I'm going to click download. Down here, it talks about what things are changing in here. And this was in the earlier one, and this is what's in the one that we have right now. So there's my download button. I'm going to click download, and it's going to come right up here. And usually, because I downloaded it already, it will have a circle here, and you'll have to wait for it to populate the whole circle till you get the download. And then once you have this down arrow here, you'll see the update here, and you can click on this folder, and it will take you to where it is in your computer. Right now it's in my download folder. Here it is right here, and it's a zip file. And I like to actually put them on my desktop. It's easier for me to find. So I'm just going to scroll till I see my desktop right here. And then where this is, I'm going to left click and hold and drag it over here, and it says move to desktop. And it's now I can see it. It's under there on my desktop. I'm going to close this right now, and then I'm going to minimize this part because I don't need this anymore. And right here is that zip file. Let me move it towards the middle. There it is. Now, in order to work with this folder, I have to unzip it. And so if I right click on it, it gives me a new menu of options. And right here, as it says extract all, I'm going to extract it. And this says where it's going to be extracted. Okay. And it's going to come right, it should come right up here onto my desktop because that's where it is. If I want to put it somewhere else, I can go right here. I can see desktop right there. I could browse and put it somewhere else, but I'm just going to say extract. And it creates another folder. So let me bring it next to there. And here's my unzipped folder. And let's open that up and see what's in it. And when you open it, it has the update folder. And when you open the update folder, double click, you'll see all of these system update. These are the PDFs. And this is the update file itself down here. So each of these are instructions in a different language. So the first one I think is Dutch. We're the second one down here. If I hover here for a second, you can see right here at the end, Continental M17 EN PDF. So that's another one that I can open it and I want to print it out. I mean, I could leave it up here, but for me, I find it easier if I print it, then I can hold it in my hand. So you can go ahead and print this one as well. There's the little print tab right there. So now you have everything that you need all set, ready to go. The next step is you need to get your USB ready for putting the file on it, and you want to do what's called formatting your USB drive. Before you format your USB drive, I will go over that. Before you format your USB drive, if you have anything on your USB drive, you want to copy it onto somewhere else because formatting will clear off anything you have on your USB. So take a moment to get a clear USB that has nothing on it, and then I will show you how we format that USB and how we put the update on our USB, and then we'll be going to the machine. Now, if you haven't done, I think I mentioned it before I go, I want to mention before we start, if you haven't done the first update, don't worry, you can just do this update as well. Now that you've downloaded all the information and generally read through it, the next step is to format your USB stick. Before you format, make sure there's nothing on your USB stick, no designs, no folders, no nothing. It doesn't need anything on it. And then I have mine plugged in already, and I'm going to go to my File Explorer over here, my folder. And when that opens up, I can scroll down to where my USB stick is. And I'm going to actually click on it so that you can see over here in this window, there's nothing on my USB stick, so it is empty. But what you want to do is over here, when you see it, is right click on it. And you'll get another window, and on that window you'll see Format. Select Format, and this window will pop up. And in this window you have some choices. You want to choose the fat default or 32, and then on allocations you want it to be 16 kilobytes, so you can come in here and use the drop downs to find those. And then once you have that selected, you can do quick format can be selected, and all you have to do is click start, and the formatting starts. So right down here is the start. So here we go. It's going to say a warning. It's going to erase all data. That's why I mentioned to you, make sure you have nothing on there. And I'm going to say okay. It says formatting is complete, and then everything is done. I'm all ready to go. Now there's a second method to formatting as well. You can read about that if you can't format the way I explained, there's a second method in the paperwork. You can go through and read that. So now my USB stick is formatted, and I'm ready now to put the file onto my USB stick. So I'm going to click off of here, okay, and I'm going to close this. And what I'm going to do is I can open this here, and I can see when I open up this, I can see this is my update right here. And so I can take that and put that on my USB stick. So all I have to do is copy that file onto my USB drive. So what I can do is I can right click, copy, right down here. Let me zoom back out so you guys can see. Right down here is copy. I'm going to select copy. And then I can scroll to where my USB stick is right here. Select my USB. I can right click over here and paste. And just the update bin is on here. I don't want the rest of the stuff that's in that folder. I just want my update bin on there. So now I'm ready to remove my USB from my machine and go over my computer and go over to my machine. So I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to open my task bar on the side. And I have a little flyout here. And I have a USB icon like right here. So I'm going to select that, double click, and it says eject mass storage. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to say it's safe to remove it. And then I can close that and I can take my USB stick out. Now I'm going to be going to my machine and doing the next part. Okay, now I'm ready to update my machine. And I've done all the things that I'm supposed to do ahead of time. And in the update folder, when you unzip it, there's a folder. And when you open that folder, there's the update folder. And in that folder are several PDFs, and they tell you do not delete them because you'll need to read them. And you only need to read one of them. The one I need to read, the one that's in English. It's the second one down in that folder. So I went ahead and I did copy this out. So actually, I copied all the papers out so I know what to do. And if you read through here, it tells you exactly what you should be doing before you get to your machine. Okay. And the only thing that goes on your USB stick is the update.bin. You don't want to put a folder on there with those PDFs. You don't want any of that. All that goes on your formatted USB is the update.bin. Now, you want to format that USB per the instructions in your computer. All right. You don't want to do it format in your machine. You're going to format in the computer. And then once it's formatted, you can copy paste just that update.bin into your USB stick. Now I've done that already. And I have my USB stick. You can see it here on the side of my machine. It's purple right here. Right here. It's right here. I have it in. And once you have to have your machine off, you have to put your USB stick in. And then once it's in, if you're reading the directions, it says to turn your machine off, insert the USB, and then you can put it in either port. And then you want to press and hold the lock stitch button and the needle up down. So this is the lock stitch here, and this is the needle up down. All right, so this is the lock and this is the needle up down. So I'm going to hold those down and then I'm going to turn on my machine. And that's what it says. Step 3 is to hold those two and then turn on the machine. So let me come around here and I'm going to push these two. So I'm holding them and then I'm going to flip on my machine over here. And I'm going to hold them for about 3 seconds. Let me make sure we have let's see, here we go. 1, 2, 3. My machine turns green. I'm going to let go and it's going to start the update. There it goes. I can see it started. Now, if yours doesn't do that, there's some troubleshooting information on that paperwork. So you want to double check that you've done that. All right. And it does say, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I think you can see this. There we go. And it's slowly doing the update. We'll wait for it to update. And then I will show you the changes after the update. And it shouldn't take too long to do this, but you do want to make sure you let it completely get done. and it'll say finish when it's done, and then you can turn off your 17 and remove that USB from your machine, and you can turn your machine back on. And I will put in my design USB after this. I don't have any USBs in there. I don't have the cable connected. I just have my update USB in my machine, and it's doing the update. So as we wait, I'm just going to review again the procedure. When you follow the link to our global page and you read down the update for the CM17, you'll find 3 documents there that you should print out. One of them is how to unpack a zip file, methods for formatting your USB drive, and the Continental M17 version installation instructions. Now, I went over all that earlier. Once you do that and you download that folder, you do need to unzip it. I move it to my desktop, and then I will unzip it or extract it there, and then it'll make another folder, and in that folder you will find the update folder. And open your update folder. Within that, you'll find, I think there's 6 PDFs in there, and each of those PDFs are in a different, let's see, there's 5 of them. They're different languages, and if you hover on them, you'll see that the name will come up, and at the end it'll say, ours says M17EN for English, and there's different ones. So you only have to print out the one. And at the very bottom of that list is your update file. So once you've taken your USB and followed the instructions for formatting it in your computer, you will copy and paste just that update bin file onto your USB stick, and then you will do the procedure as I'm doing right here. So when you go into the folder and there's those PDFs, that's what's in here is the system update information, this paper here, and it tells you what you should be doing and the order that you do it. Okay, so your USB stick is completely empty. All right, so we will wait. This is doing the second part of the update. There's 2 more parts. Now it's starting 3. Make sure you don't turn off your CM17 while it's updating. Do not remove your USB drive while it's updating. And then in that document I showed you, there's some troubleshooting information should you have an issue. But if you're following the directions, you shouldn't have any issue at all. It's very simple. It just takes a little bit of time. We're almost through here with the third part of this update. Okay, here we go to 4. I just want to remind you again that on my USB stick that is in my machine, I formatted that and I only put the update.bin file onto my stick. And in the folder it's in, it does say any DVD. It's update.bin any DVD. Don't mind the any DVD. You just want to copy that file and put it on your USB stick. And then you want to safely remove your USB stick from your computer, following the directions where you go to your task menu and you find the USB and you double click on it and it says safe to remove, then you can remove your USB and then you can take it to your machine. And of course, we started this with our machine off. I put my USB stick in and then I pushed the needle up, down, and the lock button and turned my machine on, waited 3 seconds, and the green screen will start, and then you'll see it say start the update, and then I let go at that point. I counted to about 3. And now it says finish, so it's all done. And after it says finish, I can go ahead and turn off my machine. And then I'm going to take out my USB stick that has the update on it. I don't need this anymore, so I can delete that on there. I can delete the update zip file, all that stuff. I can just delete all of that now from my computer. I don't need it again. And if you delete it, it's great because then you don't confuse it if we have another update. All right, so if you could just go ahead and delete that from your computer, delete it from your USB stick, and then you can go from there. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and put in, I'm going to actually turn on my machine. And it says version 1.10. That's the new one. All right, and I'm going to start. Let's start over here. I'm going to just hit X here. I'm going to put my USB stick in. So we'll look at the USB stick. And I'm going to go to my folder. And you can see already. Let's see. Let me go to my USB stick. On this one, I only have, oh, this isn't the one. I only have one design there. Let me do this. I'm going to put in, let's see, let's go in my EMB folder. So here are the designs I put in. So let's go back because I want to show you when I went to my USB stick, it opened my USB. Let's do that again. I'm going to come out of here and start that over to show you because this is different. When I opened my USB, I now see my EMB folder. In the past one, it opened the EMB and showed your EMBF here. So now if you put something on your stick, but not in your EMB folder, it will show up here. If you have more designs, they'd all be listed here. I have designs in my EMB folder, so let's go there. These are the designs we talked about. Remember, they were all on different pages. Now they are all on the same page. And we can look in my EMBF and see if I have anything in there. So let's go. Oh, I have 3 designs in my EMBF. To go back, I'm going to use the up arrow. This is really exciting, everyone, because now we can use our EMB folder if we want, or we can just put our designs right on our USB stick. Let me see how the machine icon does them. So here it is. These are all on that first level with the EMB. I have folders there. And if I go backwards here, I have one design there. And then I have, this is the RE20. And if I go back one, this is the 46. And I don't think it would fit on there. I think that's why they've popped it over to the other side. Let's look at the EMB folder. Here we go. All these designs are here. And then we'll move over. And there's some more designs there. All the groupings are kind of together now. I have less pages to page over to. If I have anything in my EMBF, I only have one in there. But I can use my up back arrow. I can move my up back arrow and get back here. So on the level with my EMB, I have these folders and I have designs as well. To find my EMBF, I would touch my EMB there's my EMBF, but I have folders on that level designs and folders on that level. So there they are. We'll page over this way. This is so much nicer. Let's go back. And then in the EMBF, I have just one design right now. I don't use the EMBF as much. I typically tend to put mine right here on this level. I usually work right there. I don't always put them in the other parts of it. All right, so we've done this part of the update. Let me close this and we will go back to the sewing. All right, so now we're in sewing mode, and I'm going to double check in my settings that I have resume turned on. Oh, wait, in settings, here we go. It should be there. Resume mode is on, okay. And when I'm under the needle, let me move my camera back so you can see. I should be able to start sewing and stop and immediately start again. Do you see that? This is exciting. Oh my goodness. Now I can just stop and go. I don't have to wait. Very nice. All right. So there you go, everyone. Go ahead and update your CM17. Follow the directions as I described. Follow the paperwork so you understand everything that's going on. And then after your update, test your machine to see those things. The file folder system is one thing I am so very excited about. I've talked about this with Janome before, and I would really liked it to happen, and I'm glad they did it. So go ahead and update your machines, everyone.